Women of the West. I'm Joe, and I'm continuing my first time playing Lord of the Rings online. And the channel today I'm going to try to boost and extol the virtues of today is InDeepGeek. Robert is one of the finest Tolkien, Throne, and general fantasy tubers around. In some ways, his channel is very much an inspiration for Dan and my own Canadian Fantasy Corner. The thing is, where we go to the oldest fantasy stories, mostly Howard and Tolkien, with some Dragonlance that we do adore, Robert touches upon more recent fantasy. So, in a lot of ways, we're trying to basically be a bit of a companion to the kind of channel his is, but different. Obviously, his videos are probably better put together. This is just a statement of fact. He also does a lot more live streams than we do. And his channel is just such a blast. Robert is warm-hearted, friendly, and just, if you ever attend any of his streams, which I highly recommend everyone does, it's just such a wonderful experience. And Robert is very encouraging. His chat is very warm and friendly. And of course, completely unlike this Goblin right here. But oh, Goblin scabbards. I did not know. Okay, that was what I had to collect. Alright, so that's today's quest. But the main draw to Robert's channel, though, is that he presents the lore. Here, I'll just lower this a little more than usual. It seems louder to me. He presents the content in such an intelligent, concise manner as to basically be how do I put it? He, in some ways, is sorry, it's hard to think when you've got this going on. Ooh. There. He's very much like, his channel is very much like Yoyston's in that he generally sticks to the lore itself. He doesn't come up with crazy theories like some channels like mine. But he also at the same time does present a well-read, very deeply explored outlook of the lore, rather like JRT Lore Geek does. His is a well-balanced between his own thorough reading of the text and views on it, and an examination from all interpretations along with the actual lore. And so you get a very, very three-dimensional and fascinating balanced look into the fantasy universe. At the same time, he looks at it from the writer's perspective, exploring what they might have been thinking at which point in the text, and exploring that, and exploring the psychology of the author, such as, say, Martin, and how he goes about his writing process, or how Tolkien did at the time. So you get this very, very balanced outlook. He's both a reader and a lover of the author, so to speak, examining both points of views and how they often intermingle or are divorced from one another. It's a very interesting and appreciated thing, if an underrated way of looking at it, because most will primarily look at it from a reader's perspective rather than an authorial perspective. Robert offers both. And in this regard, his channel is very unique. and very, very cool. But much as he loves all things new in terms of fantasy, he at the same time maintains a very critical, like, not negatively critical, but he examines it critically in a very intelligent, friendly way. Like, if let's say you're not keen on recent news regarding the Rings of Power or the Game of Thrones, I think House of the Dragon's called, show, Robert still presents it in a way that you'll still love it. He tries not to have, well, he doesn't show his own political viewpoint on the matter, which is very much appreciated. And he primarily is interested in the lore itself, the literature, and has a very optimistic outlook on things, though. To his mind, it's best to basically be friendly with everyone and to always keep an open mind and an open heart in regards to these new interpretations and adaptations of these franchises. And it's hard to criticize that as a viewer, as he genuinely does care about his viewers, and in such a way that is very unique, where some, like, how do I put it? Yoyston feels like that very warm-hearted neighbor you grew up with. You know, he calls you my friend, and he will actually go into his comments section and just, you know, say that he does care about your point of view and your opinion, even as he maintains his own. Girl Next Gondor will treat you almost like you were part of her kid's soccer team. She's very maternal that way. Robert, though, is rather like a great friend and mentor, in a way, in how he approaches his audience. He's not terribly older than what a lot of his audience probably is, but he genuinely, like, he comes out with a great deal of wisdom and warmth. So I've seen some Tolkien tubers and some YouTubers just treat it like a business. And Yoyston and Girl Next Gondor are kind of set a bar for caring for your audience. Even Redbook has done that. But Robert, in a way, is the most noteworthy in this regard. I've conversed with him a few times over on Twitter in, well, a public setting, not private chat. I've not yet had the courage to fully do that. I've done it once or twice, actually, in hindsight. I just remembered. Sorry for forgetting. But he, even when, in terms of disagreements or on where the lore or whatever is going, he's, how do I put it? He's always respectful. He's friendlier in private than what he lets on. So, which is saying something. And this warmth, this kindliness, is something that is very interesting because he genuinely does. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I'm getting all of this. Okay, sorry. It's rather... Okay, I need a shop. I should perhaps take care of that next time. Or, unless, of course... It's... Almost no one actually cares more about what their audience... About their audience and making sure they're comfy and they're doing well than Robert. He... Oop. Okay. He genuinely cares, but at the same time, not at the cost of losing himself in his audience. He's, like I said, just generally an all-around caring guy. He cares about his fellow man and woman, and he's unashamed of it. And this is something that's rather heartwarming to see. And you got to bear in mind that to a lot of YouTubers, YouTube is a business, and there's nothing wrong with that. But Robert, though he's kind of reached a point of being essentially one of the big boys on the block, being at 375,000 subs, there's still the mindset that, and he still acts like he's a small business and goes out of his way to make sure each individual customer is, well, has complete customer satisfaction. And this is something that's very, like, as a customer, but also as a fantasy tuber myself, it's a very attractive trait. It is something to aspire to, I think, for all of us who come on to YouTube. And it's something that I know I'm going on and on about, but I do find it very moving. And I do find that it's, well, it's something that more people ought to do. And Robert kind of embodies a Tolkienian sense of humility. He doesn't think too much of himself. Like, he does not think much about himself. He doesn't spend any time thinking about himself. He spends all his time on YouTube thinking about his customer base and about just generally making sure that they get the videos they want, and that, oh, I just accepted the same quest. Let's see. That was a mistake. Alright, I have to do it again. Oh well. It's exp. But it's... And I know I'm not being very eloquent today, but... And I do feel bad because I want to be more eloquent, but I don't know what to say. Like, Robert has been both a mentor and a very dear, dear friend since I've come onto YouTube and started doing fantasy tubing. And he's been nothing but encouraging. Technically, those such as Yoistin, myself, even the one channel I really like from Game of Thrones, Order of the Green Hand, a lot of us are smaller than him, but he's always encouraging and doing everything he can to direct subs, viewers, in our direction. And as he's one of the largest and one of the fastest growing channels around, this is very much appreciated. And I think that we smaller YouTubers need to return the favor and direct as many people towards him in turn. And I guess that's what this video is all about. And if you end up watching up to this point, Robert, I hope you're well, and, well, your every kindness is very much appreciated. And hopefully one day, maybe I could return a single fraction of the kindness and goodness you've shown Dan and I up to this point. Because heaven knows, you, Timbo, Yoistin, you all deserve it. you and Timbo and Yoyston and all the other Tolkien tubers have presented those of us at the corner with every human virtue worth aspiring to. And, well, bless you, and I guess that's it for this video. I've, well, simped enough, I guess I could say. Hope you all have a great Father's Day, great day, and take care. And, well, hope you also don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button here at the main channel and over at InDeepGeek. And until next time, my friends, see you.